Meanwhile, the border stays wide open. This is about total taxation, total control, total surveillance.
Leave your purse and wallet at home.
That's right. Soon you'll be shopping with biometric technology, where your fingerprint helps you pay. A Central Texas company is behind the high-tech concept. However, with this convenience comes a question about privacy.
Several Central Texas grocery and retail stores offer a new way to buy and bag. The Kroger's grocery stores in Bryan and College Station are piloting a project that uses fingerprints that link to your credit, debit card, or checking account. You choose how it's set up.
Now, Annie, please type your telephone number.
Your telephone number acts as a password, so does your driver's license. But your fingerprint double checks that password. Identity theft is a growing crime nationwide. In this case, a little more security requires a little invasion of your privacy. And so far, many customers are willing to trade that for a little extra convenience.
And now Troy with his finger on the weather.
That's right. Reject. No, that would go.
Yeah, luckily it's not, we're not linked into the police department.
No, not yet at this point. Don't tell them the secrets.
I was curious about the new policy with the thumb scanners.
What?
You tell me about those?
You take thumbprints on all checks.
Have you put the thumb scanners in yet? They put them up in College Station, right?
It doesn't matter. Just whatever. Like a.
So I guess you're going to have them like right there in the future.
All right, bye.
Interesting. All this stuff's really high tech. Trying to catch the bad guys. Yeah, there's a federal plan to put them in all over the country. You know, that's like the system they use when you get your driver's license.
Yes. So if somebody gets taken in for a fraud check, that's what they can tell is with the thumb scanner from when they get the driver's license and the thumbprint on the check.
Interesting. When are they going in here?
It depends on how well this thumbprint goes over.
Oh, how well what'd you say?
How well the thumbprint system, like we do the ink, so depending on how well this goes over will depend on whether we get the stuff in the machines.
Oh, if people like it.
If it works well. So if we catch a lot of people with checks, or it reduces our amount of fraud checks.
Well, Arlington said they're making it the law up in
really?
North Texas. Well, yeah. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome.
So I want you to understand this. You're going to be taxed and traced and followed. They want to make it the law, satellite tracking systems in all your cars. The hardware and software is already in all the new cars, just to have the interface plugged in. We're only a few years away from this. Your television sets, and they have digital cable hooked into them, are watching in detail what you watch. They've got face scanning cameras on the streets. They're going in the grocery stores, following and tracking what you're doing, building detailed psychological algorithms on you. They're face scanning you and thumb scanning you to get driver's license now. Almost all the 50 states have implemented this. There's just a few that haven't. That's where they get the face scan and the thumb scan to match against you at the grocery store or at the mall. But all of this is happening while our borders are wide open. And on top of that, we have the Pentagon saying we're going to watch all Americans. Now, that's the hallmark of Mexico or Russia or Guatemala or communist China. You have the army, the military, watching the people. And for those of you that are watching this program many years from now, I want you to understand that you're going to have more terrorism come out of all this, because the very military-industrial complex that is now enslaving and taking control of the people are the ones that stand to gain for more terrorism. And the evidence clearly shows they are instituting and carrying out the terrorism. That is small compartmental units of this behemoth federal government that is becoming an imperial world government. Most people in government are good throughout the pyramid, but that key cabal at the top controls and sets the policy for the entire beehive type society. So understand, maximum surveillance, maximum big brother tracking and tracing that dwarfs the nightmare vision of George Orwell in 1984. It's more akin to a THX 1138 Matrix-like system. The chains are being forged. We're being put into this brave new world. And people need to face the scope of this electronic straitjacket that's being projected against you and your family. Now we need to talk about the Total Information Awareness Network and how it ties into the cashless society control grid. You know, H.R.R. Tolkien, the famous South African, wrote a book about this evil demon in a mythical world who had this pyramidal tower with this burning eye that could see everything and pierce flesh and stone. And I pointed out on my radio show that that was the symbol of the Total Information Awareness Network. And then right after that, I saw an article in USA Today and in the Washington Post. One of them read, "The Eye is Watching," and it says, in J.R.R. Tolkien's fantastic work of fiction, The Lord of the Rings, the Dark Lord Sauron, not able to maintain a physical form, attempting to dominate Middle-earth, is depicted as an evil eye, able to penetrate time, space, and the human mind. The evil force sought to dominate Middle-earth. In a bizarre and frightening case of life-imitating art, the United States Defense Department has created an office that seeks those same limitless powers as Tolkien's Dark Lord. The Information Awareness Network seeks what it calls total information awareness. The agency has even adopted the New World Order symbol of a pyramid with an all-knowing eye hovering above it that is seen on top of the back of the $1 Federal Reserve note. Taking a symbolism a step further, the eye casts the rays down upon the planet Earth. My friends, they've now announced, way back in 2002, that the Scientific Atlantic cable boxes, the digital cable boxes, watch what you watch. They don't just watch you physically. No, they pierce your mind. They build psychological algorithms. Every part of the show is Q-scored, the psychological rating. The ads are even scored. And it all goes back, and computers go through that data, just like cookies when you surf the internet, but with more detail. It's worse than 1984. It doesn't just see what you're physically doing, it builds detailed psychological profiles of you. There's satellite tracker systems already in all the new cars, ready for the hubs to be plugged in. The federal government is announcing that they want to do this. They're preparing the states. We're only a few years away from it. They're standardizing it and promoting it as a safety feature. It'll track, trace, turn your car off, tax the living daylights out of you. Face scanning cameras in the grocery stores. Just total control. Every email, every fax, everything you do tracked and traced. And the symbol is New World Order with an all-seeing burning red eye radiating the earth. Well, folks, the New World Order, the Illuminati, it's a real organization. It's in your history books in Germany. Symbol was an all-seeing eye. It's admitted the Eye of Lucifer, put on our dollar bill in 1913 when the Federal Reserve took over and did the redesign. So Tolkien, who was a person who studied the occult, admittedly, and medieval writings, simply picked the symbol of Satan for his book, for his evil character. So it's art imitating life. It's not life imitating art. Do you understand that? And in USA Today and the Washington Post are just throwing this in your face. Look at Time Warner's symbol, the 666 and the all-seeing eye. Look at ABC. Look at Fidelity. There are hundreds of major corporations. In fact, I look at the symbols of the Fortune 500. I just went and spot checked about 80 or 90 of them the other day before we did this presentation. And out of the 80 or 90, 40 plus of them had the all-seeing eye, and many of them had a 666 in the middle. I mean, it's hidden in plain view, burning all-seeing eyes. Look around you. And they're announcing their New World Order. They just said it, all-seeing eye, New World Order. I mean, it's crazy. And then they throw it in your face. Big Brother is back. The Pentagon plan to eyeball America's database is drawing fire as its controversial salesman. And a lot of these people argue, the head of Oracle, again, Oracle, and they're all seeing eye, says, oh, well, all your data is already public, so what? With the private groups. Yeah, and they're all working for the globalists, sharing this information. They're going to enforce it on you at the local level, at the grocery store, everywhere else. Big Brother is back. And it says the official logo is the Pentagon's secret new terrorist detection experiment isn't subtle. All-seeing eye of the New World Order. Big Brother will be watching America. Giant information matrix to track movements. Federal regulators ease restrictions on technology that can see through walls. This is all their system. They say they're going to have hover drones watching us at all times, and they've been given the technology to police for 5 years. It's a crisp black and white image of everything you do in your home. It'll look through 4 feet of concrete, and that's just what they're giving police now. FBI spy planes patrol U.S. and use systems that look through your walls.